Tonight we're going to be covering the rest of NGC. I'm going to make sure I get the numbers right on this. NGC 1507 is another galaxy in Eridanus, but further north. Oh, I hope it's that edgy on. Yes, it is. NGC 1507, galaxy in Eridanus, magnitude 12.33.6 by 1 arc minute, spiral with a bar, lowercase p, 39 million light years distant, so it's quite small, maybe around 45,000 light years in diameter. RA is 40427 with a declination of minus 21119. Let's have that 150x view. Looks like it has all kinds of texture in it. It's probably a foreground star. It's not much of a galaxy. It's a spiral with a bar and peculiarity, so it's being distorted gravitationally, dropping back down to our pretty view at 75x and moving on. NGC 1514 is that really nice planetary nebula in Taurus that I've imaged several times now. Cumulative magnitude of 10.8, 120 by 90 arc seconds. The central star is 9.5. 2,500 light years distant, RA 40916 with a declination of plus 30, 46, 33, pushing the magnification up to maximize the texture. It almost looks like it has spiral arms spiraling around counterclockwise, doesn't it? NGC 1514. Okay, NGC 1516A, galaxy in Eridanus. It's also NGC 1524. Magnitude 12.6, 1.4 by 0.9 arc minutes. It's probably up here, further up on the screen. Looks like it's actually two galaxies, which is probably why it's got an A. Spiral with a bar, lowercase bc, 443 million light years distant. Quite bright for a 443 million light years distant. Usually they're around magnitude 15. RA is 40807 with a declination of minus 84947. We'll push it up a little bit and then head on to our next study in this tour. Well, hallelujah. It did turn out pretty good remodeling because we are looking for NGC 1518. It's a galaxy in Eridanus, and it's pretty close to the middle. We know this is our galaxy because its magnitude 11.8, 2.9 by 1.4 arc minute, spiral of the bar, lowercase d, so it is disturbed. 42 million light years distant puts it at about 50,000 light years in diameter. RA 40649 with a declination of minus 2110, 44, pushing it up and leaving it right there. Sky's not actually it's pretty decent tonight. Look, we're down to minus 17 degrees for NGC 1519, a galaxy in the river. Could be this edge on. Let's get the data. Yes, indeed. It's magnitude 12.9, 2.1 by 0.6 arc minutes. I like it. Spiral with a bar, lowercase b, 72 million light years distant. So you can make out the core a little bit on a lowercase b. A morphological chart. RA is 40807 with a declination of minus 17 degrees, 11 minutes and 34 seconds. Let's push it a little bit and then head out once again. NGC 1521 is also swimming in the river. Let's see which one it is. Oh, it's definitely this one. Magnitude 11.4, 2.7 by 1.6 arc minutes. An elliptical class 3. 183 million light years distant means this baby's about 110 to 120,000 light years in diameter. We're at RA 40818 with a declination of minus 21 degrees, 3 minutes and 7 seconds. 1535 is a planetary nebula in Eridanus. Blue, kind of a snowball thing, isn't it? Magnitude 9.4, 20 by 17 arc seconds, so quite small. Very replete with ionized particles, so it's probably a fairly young outgassing. It's got Magnitude 12.1 central star. Not that you're going to be able to make it out with all that brilliant luminosity around it. This planetary is 7,500 light years distant. Right ascension is 414.15 with a declination of minus 1240.421. Okay, we have a diffraction bar on this one. We are way so far south, but I do like the way the field of view looks. For NGC 1540 Galaxy in Eridanus, magnitude 14.8. And it seems to be coming out. This is actually a very good night of seeing. It's 1.1 by 0.7 arc minute, spiral with a lowercase a, 242 million light years distant. I wouldn't expect at right ascension 4:15:10, that's fine, but at minus 28 degrees, 29 minutes and 3 seconds, we are seeing a magnitude probably 14 visual, but I am blown away. This evening must be much better than I thought because there were high thin clouds at sunset and beyond. This NGC 1541 in Taurus, magnitude 13.5, 1.3 by 0.5 arc minutes. It's kind of edgy on, and that's probably it right there. Let's make sure we're getting our 75x view. Spiral with a core, lenticular spiral A, 225 million light years distant, puts it at about 75,000 light years in diameter. RA4 17 aught with a declination right about at the celestial equator of 50 minutes, 5 seconds northerly declination. Pressing up the magnification, seeing the extensions, and noticing it's a little handed here, isn't it? Tonight we're going to be covering the rest of NGC. I'm going to make sure I get the numbers right on this. Rest of NGC 1500 to 1550 to 1599. All right, lots of skippage here. Too far south and too far north, and we should be looking towards the center of the field for, if we get past that 50%, we may be right there. NGC 1575 is also NGC 1577. It's a galaxy in Eridanus. Now, it's quite visible in the field, 1.5 by 1.3 arc minutes, but it's a spiral with a bar and a lowercase p. So this is probably our study. Now, it doesn't seem to have much of a core, so I don't know why it's just called a B, but it is a P. 418 million light years distant. That size puts it at about 175,000 light years in diameter. That's pretty seriously large. But the more immature a galaxy is, the tendency is to spread itself out a bit more because gravitation plays such a huge role in the maturation of galactic cores and spiral arms, etc., etc. We're at RA 42620 with a declination of minus 1005.55. NGC 1579 is that lovely replica of the Great Orion Nebula, but much more, not too much more distant, 2,100 light years in diameter. Let's center it up for our, I believe it's now at our 75x view. It's 3 by 3 arc minutes. It's a reflective type nebula, although it's got some redness to it. Usually they're whitish, probably the center possibly. 2,100 light years distant, right ascension 4:30.14 with a declination of plus 35.16.46, and this explains why I had to get an early start. I'm going to let it cook a little bit by pausing, and then give you a higher magnification view after we've got 12 stacks with one ignored, 65 seconds total exposure time. NGC 1580 is a galaxy in Eridanus. It's magnitude 14.5, 0.9 by 0.8 arc minutes. This is probably it. It looks very similar to one we saw earlier, but it's got a brighter core. Spiral with a lowercase bc, 190 million light years distant. RA is 428.18 with a declination of minus 510.46. Let's see if we push it a little bit and have a 150x view before. NGC 1582 is an open cluster in Perseus. We're getting a little reflected light off a roof try. It's magnitude 7, 37 arc minutes in diameter, 20 stars, roughly. The brightest is magnitude 9. It's down here. We got some alignment issues this evening. It's a class 4, 2. I don't know why it's an IV because you can pick it out pretty well, but maybe it's because there's so many other stars in the Perseus region. After all, Perseus is in the Milky Way. 3,600 light years distant, RA 43153, with a declination of plus 43 degrees, 47 minutes, and 8 seconds. Heading north a ways to NGC 1586 and a rather bright star. It's probably around the magnitude 3 or 4. Anyway, I'm just guessing. NGC 1586, a galaxy in Eridanus, magnitude 13.2, 1.7 by 0.9 arc minute, spiral with lowercase bc, 158 million light years distant. RA 43038 with a declination of minus 18 minutes and 16 seconds. Now, I want to point out something, and I'll back up. First, we'll go ahead and do a bit of zoomage on this nice galaxy spread. Okay, not too far from our last galaxy, heading up into Taurus, however, as opposed to the river, is magnitude 11.7, NGC 1587, 1.7 by 1.4 arc minutes. Should be a challenge through a 6-inch scope. Should be able to see it through an 8. It's an elliptical 1 with perturbations, and maybe this other galaxy is the cause of the perturbations. So let's figure out how far away it is. 164 million light years. Now, I know about 150 million light years is a redshift of 0.01, so that's about what the redshift is. And that's in the color band's absorption spectra of the spectra of the galaxy. We're at right ascent, magnitude 11.7, 1.7 by 1.4, 164 million light years, maybe 100,000 light years in diameter. We do have a satellite progressing. Right ascension is 4:30:39 with a declination of 39 minutes and 42 seconds. Okay, hardly a motion at all. And of course, now we get the layout here. This is our Aegean galaxy, no doubt, NGC 1589. I'm waiting for the data to come up. 3.2 by 1 arc minute, a real beauty. Let's make sure we get that nice 75x view. I love the sunken appearance here. It almost looks like a parabolic radio telescope mirror. See that? How about that? Just had a satellite blow by. This one's 11.8, 3.2 by 1, spiral with a lowercase ab, so a fairly bright core. 169 million light years, part of the same group. RA is 4:30:45 with a declination of 51 minutes and 48 seconds. So this is NGC 1591, a galaxy in Eridanus, magnitude 12.8, 1.2 by 0.8. We got 17 stacks on this. That's kind of nice. 181 million light years distant, puts it at about, let's call it 60,000 light years in diameter. RA is 42930. Now that makes sense, but the declination is deep south, minus 26 degrees, 42 minutes, and 47 seconds. NGC 1599, a galaxy in Eridanus. Wow, lots of stars. Now I can see the galaxy there. I'm sure you can too. Magnitude 13.7, 0.9 by 0.8. It's a spiral with a lowercase c. So not much of a core, 180 million light years distant. Puts it, say, 75,000 light years in diameter. RA is 4:31:38 with a declination of minus 4 degrees, 35 minutes, 19 seconds. So I'm going to let this cook a little bit. There are other galaxies in the region. The stars are looking pretty tight tonight. And if we press the magnification up and center up both the galaxies at 150x, this will be the final galaxy, our study, in the NGC 1550 to 1599 tour. And the tour is simply meant to capture information and visions of various studies. Ooh, there's an Aegean right here too. So that later on, by reviewing them, myself or you or anyone who's interested can pick out what you would best like to see in terms of galaxies. I know everybody loves Aegeans. And I know elliptical galaxies don't offer much in the way other than their bright core and fading off into space. But you never know what you might turn up in this series. And with that, I'm going to allow myself to say carpe noctem.